Okay, this is the HP5245L frequency counter. It's the modern frequency counter in the AA9IL radio room. Dates back to, I believe, the early 70s. I have plug-ins for this counter that will allow me to get all the way up to 18 gigahertz. It's a very old counter, but still a good working counter and very accurate. And as a testament for its age, you can see it's using Nixie tubes for the display. Here's a picture of one of the tuners that work in this counter. When you change frequency ranges, you take one tuner out and plug the other one in. The way this counter works is that you feed a signal in to the tuner, and what you do is you tune until you find a peak reading on the meter, and then what the counter does is it actually takes the difference between what's read on the frequency converter or the tuner dial and the frequency of your oscillator. Here we have a test oscillator. It's running at 2160 megahertz, 2.16 gig. So I have a tuner here that's just about set to frequency, but I want to demonstrate how it operates. What you do is you tune the tuner until you have a peak signal. There's a peak signal. And if you look at the display, it's 9.98, so let's just say 10. If you look at the dial, it is 2.15 gig. So what it's doing is it's looking at the lower image of the signal that's fed into this oscillator, and the converter mixes the signal, the test signal, with an internal oscillator, and then it has a couple of image outputs. So what it does is the counter then takes the frequency of that image or that difference, and then that's what's displayed on the display here. So since when you're mixing a signal, you have both a plus and a minus image. If we tune up a little higher to where we get to the next peak, there's the next peak. And if you look at the display, it reads 40. And if you look at the dial is 2.2 gigahertz. So in this case, we're going to subtract 40 from 2.2, and you're going to get to the test signal of 2160. So a little bit of math involved, but a very good frequency counter for the money, and also for something that's been made 40 years ago, still very accurate. So that's one of the pieces of test equipment in the AA9IL radio room.